love them? Do you hate them?
I met you at a Gamescom when you were representing MOUZ all those years ago. But for now, let's see if they can live up to your proud legacy, Cinderin.
Well, they are going to do it with a classic MOUZ hero.
All right, go ahead, Cinderin. Sorry, go ahead.
The classic good old lone druid. Koikva's legacy lives on.
Yeah, that's true.
But this time, it's going to be played by Ghost, who is making a name for himself on this one. So much so that MOUZ actually are willing to first pick this hero when every other draft we've had the tournament has been ignored.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool to see when you have a hero specialist and an idea like this. I find Lone Druid as a hero to be really, really polarizing in Pro Dota. It's like either it snowballs the game or it gets crushed, and then there's the edge case where it wins with Ags at 60 minutes.
I love that.
You know? And
absolutely love
I know which one of those games you're cheering for. But
yeah, it's for sure. That would be the dream. Yatoro playing the TA this time around. I mean, okay, before we get started, we can talk about the stand-ins for MOUZ, and obviously you brought up the fact that Ghost is a specialist onto Lone Druid, but how much do you think, in terms of replacing the existing players, how good of a job did they do? Obviously, there's not going to be much leeway with the amount of time that they had to make these decisions.
I think Kaori and Celery for me are probably more similar than Ghost and Crystallis. I think Ghost and Crystallis hero pools are very different for the most part. There's more overlap on the position 5, but as the panel talked about, Kaori doesn't as much play heroes like Chen and Ench, which of course has been a big part of MOUZ's success using Celery's specialist heroes. I mean, on short notice, I think these were some of the best players they could get, so I don't have any issue with the stand-ins that they chose, for sure. And so far, so good, right? It went well yesterday for MOUZ.
Yep. We are still in the winners.
Yep.
I can't say bracket.
The winner's side.
Winner.
The Swiss.
That's not a good... We got to come up with a better name than that.
The winning half.
Ugh, even worse.
The top of the cheese.
Okay, you're starting to turn into Roche again. As Yatoro being harassed a bit by Boom on this Pangolier. Playing the offlane.
The offlane Pango today.
Yeah. I mean, the mid laner, or the mid lane Pango, obviously gets the items a little bit faster. You don't have to worry too much about your team, Cinder. You can play for yourself, you know, get that Diffusal. I feel like Diffusal, I guess, is the one item that is shared no matter what. Would you say that that's true? Between offlane and mid?
Yeah, that's probably the only one. I mean, Dagger, I guess, but...
True.
Do you count that?
I don't count that. Being arbitrary.
Yeah. I mean, it's the item for Pango, right? You're just getting it every game, basically. I wanted to talk briefly about Collapse, actually, in this game, the Tide matchup. This was picked rather early in this draft. We generally don't see Tide as a second pick, but there was the one piece of key information was Lone Druid is in the game. And when that hero is played by MOUZ, it will always be Ghost. And therefore, they know for a fact that Collapse is going to be leaning into it. And as I was asking Gunnar this in the green room, if Tide gets 2 points in Kraken Chill on level 3, he takes 0 damage from the bear. So the lane just becomes... It just plays itself, basically. You can just farm. That doesn't mean Collapse is going to do that. He might just go 0-1-2 first and have better anchor and then get the Kraken at level 4, maybe. But no, he picks it right away. So now he can pretend the bear isn't real, which is really powerful.
Yeah.
And Shadow Demon isn't going to do much to you either. Unless he gets a ton of stacks of Shadow Poison on you, you're just safe here.
That was very close to first blood in favor of Laurel. Mid one barely getting away, but has bottle charges now. It's been a hot minute. It's being Laurel on this Sand King mid. Has had some very powerful performances on this hero.
Yeah.
Namely at TI.
This matchup generally should just
bottom lane.
Even resummon
Ghost
the bear.
Resurrects, much like a jellyfish does. Mid lane, though, that is going to end up being the first blood, as Laurel does finish the job eventually.
Yeah, there's a reason he gets tipped there. This is not an expected kill, especially not at this level. I think Sand King has no business killing Leshrac in this lane. It's usually just going to be a wash where both players farm, but Laurel getting this kill is a big deal. Gonna rush for phase boots. And he also killed him at a really good timing. He's going to be able to get both waters here. Unless Yamich has something to say about it, but at least he got one. And forced Yamich over.
All right.
So, not bad at all. I think Laurel also was having a good day yesterday. So, might be on form.
Just a coincidence, I think. As Laurel on the Sand King, like you said, Cinderin. I mean, is this still an Ags hero? Is that the only item that you get every single game? Because I feel like, generally speaking, throughout history, Sand King, other than like a blink, he's been kind of all over the place with builds, which makes him kind of a very interesting hero.
Yeah, he had a pipe phase. He's had...
But Ags is every game,
Shiva,
right?
yeah. Right now, it's just, it ensures your scaling. And Dota... Generally speaking, heroes are just getting, you know, they're getting to 4 and 5 items way much more often than they used to. So if that's the case, then getting that Ags for the power spike immediately and then having the scalability of the item just makes it really valuable. So, I mean, he's probably going to buy it here. I guess alternative options, if you wanted to get creative, you could get Crimson Guard, but I think, you know, like, you already have a Tide off lane. It's good front line.
It's gone on. Yamich and Boom in the area. They don't have vision, though. The meld gets him out of World of Hurt. Very close, though, to getting that kill from MOUZ. And what about the lone druid? Like, what is the build these days on this hero? Not that we get to see it too often.
Most of the time Diffusal. Just Diffusal Rush even, which is also what Ghost is going here. It's going to have that very early. He almost has it. As a matter of fact, 600 gold away, so probably 7-minute Diffusal. Which sounds ridiculous, but it's because you're obviously comparing it to heroes that usually get build-up, and Lone Druid doesn't have to buy any boots or any, you know, anything really.
Yeah.
The good news, once again, for Spirit is usually when Lone Druid gets this 7-minute Diffusal, whoever's laning against him is miserable. Tide can just buy a Soul Ring and just sit there. He doesn't take damage with the Kraken Shell level 2. So it's
yeah, smart.
It's a big relief for Spirit that they don't have to worry about the bear running them over in the lane. Now we did see Yamich get a solo kill onto Panto there on the Clockwork, a nice find. Gives MOUZ almost a 1k lead here as Lesh is fully caught up, so some nice jungling will help.
Yeah, glad to see Clockwork coming into the scene again.
Love that hero.
Feels like this facet will become part of the hero.
Yeah, we've talked
in the
about
next
that.
Match.
This should be his innate. Right?
Well, I would argue,
or rather,
eating the chainmail should be part of his hero. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you could change Cogs to just be the expanded armature version by default, and then nerf something else if you want to give him a different innate or facet.
I don't think he needs to be nerfed even.
Do you think he would be okay if he had this and another? Like, if Cogs just worked like this, and then he could take one of the other two?
Oh, but the other facets are kind of bad. The chainmail one is atrociously bad.
Well, the chainmail one might be better than you think, and the reason it's bad is that you don't have expanded armature.
It's not, though. Kaori looks to be dead. Boom. Trying to get some sort of a trade going. Yamich in the area. Flare not going to be enough, though. Is leading the way. Okay, gets off the Cogs in time.
Just needs to stand right here, and then the knockback, and
ping pong. Boom. Gets to level 6 now. Is mid one making his way over, trying to get through these refraction charges of Yatoro. But he has that meld again. Now the Burrow Strike onto Yamich. Looks like they will get that kill. So good rotation coming out from the side of Spirit.
Yeah, it's important that Laurel insta-TPs, otherwise they lose their TA and the tower. So that's pretty crucial that Sand King is ready to join the fight. And Laurel seems to be getting a little bit of jungling as a lane tax, or rather from helping out top. But what he doesn't know is mid one is actually on his heels, right behind. But
goes north, though.
Yeah, goes the right way to avoid trouble. Mid one might still go for a dive on Yatoro, though. If he finds him, oh, this is dirty.
Panto in the area.
Just so
well.
unexpected. He can wait for him to fight. Okay,
they're gonna go for Panto first. Nether ward is placed. They will pick it out quite quickly.
Huh.
But yeah, Yatoro lives through the day.
I love that. I feel like you could have opened on the TA there as Lesh when she starts farming Ancients and let your supports deal with the Pugna.
Right.
That felt a little bit unambitious. Maybe worried about a Sand King being nearby, but realistically, are you planting 3 heroes top at 9 minutes? Sand King already TP'd before, mind you, so I don't know.
Yatoro's gotten out of many situations so far this game with just the meld, but I feel like Lesh is a good counter to that. With
Oh yeah,
Pulse
he eats
Nova.
you. You can't stand there.
Laurel ran into one, still gonna farm away. Yamich will be leeching a bit, getting close to that level 6. Finds Rue instead though, so Battery Assault keeps him in place inside the cogs now, mid 1. Very low on mana as the snowball gets to the low ground, but Rue will get away with his life. Laurel shadowing nearby. Oh, that's a perfect rune for mid 1.
Yeah, that's the dream when you're out of mana.
And another couple camps, and he'll have a Blink Dagger, so looking to get extremely aggressive right off the bat as that first item.
I love that Lesh has developed in this direction where you rush Dagger. I think it makes the hero a lot more fun to watch than the older builds with Bloodstone or Yules, because now you're really leveraging the strength of Edict and just getting active. It makes the games very explosive, and it makes the hero a lot high risk, high reward, which I think is just more fun. Because you're really going in there every time.
It also helps that he's not completely miserable to play anymore. So the
because
turn
of
rates,
cast points?
the cast points, everything has been improved over time.
Yeah.
Him and Jakiro, notoriously awful in the old days at least. Much more manageable now. Like, does Diabolic Edict have any cast point anymore?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
But it's lower than it used to. Way lower.
Right, has the Sister's Underwear now for mid 1. Blink at the ready. See what he can do. As Collapse getting relatively low against Ghost.
Well, the bear
The
can actually deal
accompaniment
damage now.
Yeah,
Only
mid 1.
2 points in Kraken.
He just blinks in with the Pulse Nova and Diabolic Edict. Easy kill. This will be turned into a tier 1 tower in favor of MOUZ. And boom, speaking of Diffusal Blades, uses it onto Panto, or he decrepifies himself as Laurel with the Epi combo. Looks like Kaori is the one to fall. But boom, drains some more mana from Laurel.
This feels like such a strong timing for MOUZ overall, though. The bear with the Diffusal plus Phase Boost and the Lesh with Blink. Might want to just run at some more towers. They're going to find Rue again.
Yeah, well, Rue at the very least forces Yamish to pick up the haste rune. That would have been quite deadly onto mid 1. And will tick away eventually, but takes a bit of time. And no haste rune for mid 1.
Looking at
Dominating right now.
Looking at Spirit's lineup, it's actually a genuinely big concern for the next 10 minutes. Where's the damage coming from if you don't have Epicenter? I think whenever that spell is committed, MOUZ Sports can just run at towers, right? Like you just take mid right now with your Lone and maybe Lesh, joining in from the side for protection and doing exactly this, just starting to dive and put pressure. Because, like, how do you really die? Tide does not deal big damage. Tusk is playing with TA to deal damage, but she needs to farm. And you have a level 5 Pugna. So you kind of can really run the show here. Top tower gets denied. That's 2 towers down. The mid tower is almost down as well. That would be 3 towers in 13 minutes, but that's a big one.
Yes, mid 1 dying is huge. And Collapse no longer with the Ravage, but well worth it. And now they're going to get some stun locking onto Laurel. So some sort of a trade is what MOUZ is looking for, but the Burrow Strike to the other side, but he was already ensnared by the bear. So
That was
down
a
goes the
fortunate
mid laner.
He needed that
Team
hit
Spirit.
to be a root. Wow. That was pretty lucky for Ghost. If that is not an entangle on the one swing he gets in, I think Laurel makes it out there.
Collapse getting burned of all his mana. Diffusal Blades galore for MOUZ.
And yeah, back to the tower. This should be a done deal here. Ghost will grab it.
Ghost keeping the pressure on at all times.
Now he's going for Mjolnir. So, wow, that's
you have a stroke?
a mini stroke there. I don't know what that was.
Collapse. in his triangle. How dare he be in this area? MOUZ taking advantage. 3K lead.
Yep. Just gotta keep going, you know? They also get both wisdoms here. Mid one's just gonna run over and steal the one on the right. It's gonna be very welcome for him. That will be his level 11.5, so close to upgrading that Pulse Nova. It's a pretty big damage upgrade, almost doubles it from 80 to 135. And yeah, goes close to the... Actually, does he already have the Maelstrom? I think he does. Yeah, he just picked that up, so... Still continuing on to Mjolnir, and with that and Diffusal Blade, this hero is... You'd be hard-pressed to find a hero that is more timing-based than Lone Druid, right? It just has these moments where it's exceptionally powerful, but the windows are perhaps smaller than for other carries. But right now, Lone Druid is a boss, and you really want to try to take advantage of this.
Do you remember the brief moment in history where range Lone Druid was God tier?
Yep, I do.
That was hilarious. Kind of defeated the purpose of having this hero design.
I also remember in Dota 1 when everyone was really bad, that some people would pick Lone Druid and play without Bear because they couldn't be bothered to micro.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So then they skilled Rabid and Stats and went Maelstrom, which was obviously objectively terrible.
You can't prove that. Dota 1, everybody was terrible, so...
Yeah. But there were levels to it.
I suppose.
It was a matter of being the least terrible, not the best.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just like when you played Counter-Strike.
I mean, that is actually true. That is actually true. Nobody... All these players these days put me to shame, Cinderin, I have to admit. But
you always have the sub-tick to blame, though. It's all good.
I'm talking about versus how I used to be. But yeah, now it's a disaster. Epicenter is coming. Lots of damage from MOUZ instead, though. Nice save off the Sand King, but he's dead anyway. Laurel, Dunzo, Rue ticking out. Boom, we'll finish the job, and here comes Ghost making his way over. Yatoro's who they really want. Mid one was what Yatoro's chasing, but he's not going to find it. Meld Strike again. Kaori's going to survive through it. Now the Swashbuckle draining all the mana. The big shield crash to follow from Boom. Double kill for him. And Collapse will be the last to fall in this engagement. A huge teamfight victory for MOUZ.
Just crucial there that they get the blink out of Disruption onto the Lesh. Otherwise, he's going to die in the epicenter of that fight, no pun intended. Instead, Yatoro shows up and has to run him down and fails. So that is a total travesty for the side of Spirit. This is a pretty big disadvantage to be at already. Already talking about how this MOUZ lineup is strong at this point in time. You give them a 6K lead too, you're going to see the replay here. Keep an eye on mid one. So this is a very good disruption for Kaori. And it lines up perfectly with the blink out here. Otherwise, probably would have died inside the cogs to Collapse and Panto. And Yatoro just too late to the party.
Yeah.
Would have been wiser not to show up, honestly, but at this point you're committed.
Pretty sick hook shot, too, though, to start that fight onto 2.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Mid one, blinks in, watches.
Edict does a lot of damage. You don't have to...
Doesn't want to get vision there. Rue, dead. And 7K lead has opened up for MOUZ. As, you know, stand-ins or not, they're looking good at the moment.
Whenever Spirit have cooldowns on big ults, I think they have to play keep away entirely. You just, like, how do they fight without Ravage and Epi? It's just not possible. And of course, MOUZ know this, so they're going to take advantage. Every single time they've had a fight and cooldowns have been expended, they will just make smoke moves or walk up high grounds even without smoke because they feel invincible. Spirit kind of just have to let them do it. Mid one now, Kayayasha on the way. An interesting development for Lesh that this is relevant now, but getting that lower cast time is really nice on all of his spells except Pulse Nova, of course. And there you go. Smoke again. Now Epi has come off cooldown once more. Ravage actually will as well. But if they find Laurel first, it doesn't matter that the spells are ready. Smoke's gonna break. They didn't see him, I think.
Panto is the target.
Oh,
Decrepify attempted TP. He's fine. Wow.
Okay, good dodge.
Spirit trying to delay as much as possible to give some time for their cores to farm, most namely Mr. Yatoro has the Deso at the moment with the Dragon Lance. Really opting for Blink next. And remind me for Ghost, this Aghanim Scepter, is that for the main hero or the bear? I don't remember which one is which, because it's...
He wants the axe on the bear. That's the one that makes the bear independent.
Okay.
I'm wondering for Yatoro, I very rarely think in this build path for TA, but I wonder if you can skip Blink this game. Because most of the time I feel like this hero needs it, but when you look at how the game has played out so far, you have a Blink on Sand King, you have a Tide who's going to get it. Kara is dead here, by the way. And you have a Blink on Tusk. So is it a little bit too much overkill on the blinking versus having the staying power? Because you could imagine if he went for Daedalus immediately now, he actually poses a potential threat to killing Lone Druid the hero even in ulti, or taking Leshrac down fast to mitigate some of the damage. He hasn't committed yet, but actually, well, he...
Well, there might be a big fight coming. Tormentor timing.
This is a really big moment for Spirit. This is the type of arena they want to fight in.
Mid one wants to go through the gate.
Oh, that would be spicy. He has to wait for his teammates to scout now.
Well, Rocket Flare provides some options.
Oh, it provides him a false feeling of safety. Okay.
That costs mana.
Who's
Nothing
baiting
is
who?
free. Ghost scouting it out now. Now he can go through. Pipe available for Collapse.
He's losing mana.
Very slowly. Mouse looking for a jump. Collapse the same, though. Ghost continuing to scout with that bear. This is a
Hookshot miss.
Stalemate. Yeah, the MH misses the ult. There's the Epicenter Burrow Strike combination from Laurel. Another disruption to save the teammate for the time being. Gets punched into the air, and Boom is dead right off the bat. A big Ravage coming out. Ghost getting applied some pressure from Yatoro. Good TP cancellation. That's 2 dead already for MOUZ, as that will open up Tormentor for Spirit.
That's exactly what they were hoping for. Getting a fragmented fight where you get the initiation because of a missed hook shot. You get to leverage the strength of your AoE abilities, so MOUZ can't really re-engage. And that is the entire lead gone. In the blink of an eye. 6K was the advantage for MOUZ just 2 minutes ago. They drop it all. And there's an Ags now for Sand King off of this.
Oh yeah.
The Shard went to Rue, which I would say is better than it going to Panto. I don't really think the Pugna word upgrade is particularly useful here.
Is it ever?
That's a good point. Not really, in my opinion. I think it's one of the worst shards in the game.
This is a bottom 5 shard, without me even thinking about it.
The main thing it does is the cast range. I think that's... because it's so rare that you see people really draining into the ward, especially at pro level. It's just difficult to find situations that it matters. So.
That's a nice Herald shard, though, I would think.
You would think.
I've seen some... Yeah, I can only imagine, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely not in that bracket. Seen some nice clips, Synderen, of the draining of the ward. And then the enemy team just stands there. No setup at all. Rampage. Easy.
It's kind of crazy when you think about things like that, that certain heroes are not higher win rate in the very low brackets if people are that out of position. Like, you'd think a hero like Shaker would be, you know, exceptionally high win rate, but I still believe one of the highest win rate heroes in the lowest brackets is Wraith King. Probably because he gets punished the least for being out of position in the second life. I don't know. A hero that Valve have struggled to make viable in all brackets simultaneously. Wraith King is, unfortunately, I kind of like the hero. I feel like he's very infrequently good in pro.
Yamich is not fine.
He died very fast.
The biggest buff to Wraith King was when Blink Dagger no longer cost mana.
It helped.
I mean, that was a hero that in the pro scene, shout out to my boy TC. I've mentioned this before already. We're reusing information, Synderen. Reusing material as Boom, Rolling Thunder. Not really finding any true connection as mid one takes out Panto in turn. basically at the cost of Rolling Thunder. Roche at half HP.
This is really good news for MOUZ if they can continue to control this area with their bear. They have a 5-on-4 situation. Now the ultis are ready on the Dire, but oh, they might not expect this flank. Yamich.
Laurel,
he saw him.
Nice cancel with Yamich hook shot. Laurel now in trouble. Big swashbuckle. Snowball will save him temporarily, but that's into the arms of mid one with the BKB. Down goes Laurel.
This should be a Roche for Radiant now.
It should.
No Sand King, no fun.
Ghost will lead the way with that bear with the Aghanim Scepter collapse. Going inside the pit. Now the bear versus Tidebound.
He's gonna lose all his mana, surely.
He will. The bear's gonna die once. Oh, and actually collapses all alone in the pit. It gets the Ravage off as well. Collapse will take the Aegis in turn, and boom! Dies shortly after along with mid one. Team Spirit, what the hell was that?
How does Spirit do this
The
over and
triple
over
kill
in their
for
games?
Panto. My goodness. They are the gods of Roche Pit. Collapse specifically. He's just got a knack for taking that Aegis.
It's just perfect timing, yeah. The well-deserved tip, gets in at the right time, gets the Ravage, steals the Aegis, and
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Man, he must click his mouse button so fast.
So look at the Roche here. What? Oh, it's taking all the damage from the side blades on the bear. I was like, the Roche was high HP.
Yeah, that's true. Wow.
That's all. Okay, I bet Ghost didn't account for this. Because the angle of the bear there is the only reason this play even exists. If it doesn't, you do so much damage to Roche with side blades off of the bear there, instead of attacking Roche directly, and you also wouldn't have been able to. That is such a rare interaction that made such a big difference.
That's a good point. Ghost Bear getting hounded, blocked in by the shards.
As you said, this is the second one, right? He's got cooldown now, no? 50 seconds.
Yeah, 50.
He's going to be a worthless old man hiding in the jungle here.
He's actually useless.
Looked like he went AFK almost.
Well, he's putting all the items onto from his. I didn't know you could do that while the bear was dead. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you can put them in stash.
Why is that?
You can do that when you're dead on your hero as well, right? You can put anything in stash, including wards, and then you can.
Oh, mid one with a beautiful split earth onto two. Yatoro.
No Aegis on him.
He does not have the Aegis. You're right. It's collapse. So 2 kills, very quickly for MOUZ.
This game is super unpredictable.
Yeah, it is.
It is not following any sort of usual script for this type of game. Big advantage Lone Druid kind of loses it, loses the pit. And then all of a sudden with the team that came back just bleeding 2 random kills out on the map. So we're back to even. Ghost has his friend back too.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This has late game bear potential.
Hell yeah.
This game really has the ability to go there.
Hell yeah. And with a neutral item, Cinderin, imagine the possibilities.
Yeah. It's gotta be so annoying for Collapse to just get chased around by this bear. Here's all his mana. Oh, they're gonna try to kill it.
More bear action. They have the leash from Collapse, the anchor.
Oh, kill it. All right.
Is under attack.
A lot of effort, but well worth it.
Don't worry, he can get
Ghost
all the
is
items
now
again.
a miserable man in the forest again, a hermit for about a minute.
I think that's stupid that you can do this, by the way.
Dire are scattered.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Will Collapse use the Aegis? That is the $1 million question. Probably not.
Hookshot's gonna miss. Nice movement from Panto there.
Side step.
Yeah.
Oh, did I do that?
Might as well
Love
just
doing
keep
this
these
as
items
Pugna.
there.
Just blasting the tower from fog, forcing a rotation, and then dodging just feels so high impact for a 5 hero. Oh, he missed 2. He was doing so well. We were this close to greatness. Laurel, big damage
My
actually. He almost
goodness.
died.
Yeah. But running out of steam is Kaori. Burrow strike and an
It's
Epi.
gonna cost him.
It will. Mid one. Jumps in with the BKB, getting some collateral action. Will immediately TP out. So gets the more valuable kill of the 2.
Dire's
In the meantime, Spirit looking for a potential secondary opening. They'll use Yatoro to threaten mid with smoke coverage behind from two, well, I say two supports. Tide kind of is a support.
Laps wants some of this. He'll take out a courier as Yamich gets too stuck inside the cogs with a beautiful, oh, okay, never mind. Boom stuck in the cogs now himself, but gets off the swashbuckler and Yatoro's time has ended. And again, the Aegis is on this Tide and Collapse, well, looks like he will actually use the Aegis, or they can just wait it out. They're not going to time it. They should have enough to take him out again. Has the Ravage, but there's almost no way he's going to use it. Activates the Kraken Shell. It matters not. A MOUZ getting back this lead with all these aggressive plays.
Oh, they have a Hex on mid one.
That's nice.
He can solo kill any hero except Tide now. That's
Regen rune, nice.
a massive item here because it proposes an entirely new problem for the side of Spirit. The Sand King is no longer fully safe by virtue of having BKB. The TA, even when she gets hers, still can be caught out. And have to say, in this game, Spirit not in top form. Like some of these couple of deaths that they're bleeding around the map just is a little bit uncharacteristic from what we see from them when they're at their peak. And MOUZ will capitalize on it every single time. I want to say 2 or even all 3 of Yatoro's deaths were avoidable. They were moments that they kind of found themselves in by choice, almost. Close call.
And Yamich actually working on an Aghanim Scepter. 2k away. Oh, Yatoro.
Speak of the devil.
Boom, didn't even need the ult there.
Dice in the middle of the map. This is high ground potential.
100%. 70 seconds on the deck. Bear ready to go up to the high ground. They have good connections. Shield crash from Boom. Laurel has to use the BKB just to retreat. It's not what you want to see if you're a Spirit fan.
Bear stuck against the ice, doesn't matter.
Oh, mid one already using the BKB, forcing Rue to use the snowball onto the low ground. They don't have any follow-up, though, that connected. So actually, this might be a successful defense from Spirit, surprisingly enough.
I think mid one committing everything there to try to get the flank, possibly not worth it. This is one of those situations where because the enemy carry is dead, you can just let the bear do the work and wait behind. And if the enemy team tries to interact with the bear, that's when you jump in. But still.
Silver Edge.
Yeah,
All right.
now he threatens Tide.
Yes.
There's so many good map plays available now for for MOUZ. You just send the bear with Silver Edge and you can kill Tide together with maybe Shadow Demon, maybe even like anyone? I think bear plus 1 hero. Ollie could take Tide out.
It's a nice rune. If they can find a fight, that is. Looks like Tormy is in the cards.
Lone can solo this, right?
I think so.
Doesn't wanna.
Well, the bear's at half HP already. Maybe not.
I think that's still enough.
Let's see.
He was waiting on Pango just in case. It would have been all right, but a lot easier with that minus armor. Yamich will get a nicely freely picked up jetpack.
Oh, yeah.
Added benefit against Tusk. Fly out of ice shards. It's nice.
True. Hook shot.
And Panto's gone. And Panto's dead.
That'll be an eventual easy kill, but the bigger kill is what they're going to focus on. Snowball's going to save the TA for now. So Panto, they will finish off as Ghost actually forces the Snowball back to the south. And here comes the big Ravage from Collapse. But look at the epicenter damage. It's not enough to save Yatoro as Laura with a BKB mitigating so much damage. A nice save from Kaori as the Lesh will continue to reign free for now, but the stun lock is there. He does actually survive long enough to do enough damage to get a full team wipe onto Team Spirit. And that means high ground potential is definitely there for MOUZ, and expect some buybacks. Or maybe you wait this out and see how much they can take, but I feel like they get 2 lanes if you don't buy back on someone here. Fortification number 1.
Man, this TA has just not worked. It's another death for Yatoro. Just not having the BKB is ruining him. 3 on 5. never really getting there. Yeah, this is absolutely one lane. Could think about the second, 20 seconds, start hitting mid a bit.
Ravage is down, even when he's up. Epicenter's down.
You can always just use the bear, and if it gets killed, so what? You know?
There's the last fortification.
Wouldn't mind him going in again with the bear.
Yeah.
But all right.
They'll respect. 20k lead, though, for MOUZ. Certainly in the driver's seat now. Oh, Roche is up. Forgot about that. I guess that would be a safer play. See the replay of this last engagement.
Yeah, the moment Yatoro gets found here, he is... If not for the snowball, he doesn't even get an attack off this fight. Now he at least gets bought a tiny little bit of time. Well, actually, he still... Maybe did he get an attack off? No, he did nothing. Yeah, it's rough. Again... It's very much so the butterfly effect, right? Where... Not the item, but the actual butterfly effect, where a lot of what happens this late in the game comes down to certain things that happened 25 minutes ago, where if you made one different decision, you have a BKB there. And maybe that team fight goes your way, or maybe you didn't buy Blink and you got damage, and because of that you had another kill, and then you would have had it. Like, whatever it is, it's just, unfortunately, and everybody can recognize this from themselves, you just have games where it feels like everything goes wrong. That's unfortunately one of those, really, for him, where wrong place, wrong time on the map, item timings have been a little bit off, and everything just compounds.
Whoa!
And again...
Wrong place, wrong time for Yatoro.
It was like 0.1 second to going through the gate. You just have these games where you just throw your hands in the air and you're like, I mean, whatever.
Well,
No,
that's not
it's
true.
just-
One thing did go right, the Roche kill with Psyblade.
That's true. He actually did have that. So you're right. Silver lining. He had one good moment there. Aside from that, it's been pretty unfortunate, really.
Yeah, 3 and 6 for Yatoro, not a usual stat line we see. 60 seconds on the deck. Ghost can reign supreme. He actually has a disperser now, so he can dispel the Decrepify anytime he wants.
Got 2 siege creeps here. Spirit has to get rid of these if they want to defend anything. Oh, Laurel losing his entire
Laurel
mana
has to
pool.
use his BKB. Continuing on, they have the vision. Rocket flares continue. We'll be able to slither back to base as mid one coming in to try to finish the job. And they actually do kill off the Tide. Collapse, dead in base. Only 3 members up for Spirit. Bear still alive, and they're actually going to go for tier 4s. Actually, this mid-rax will fall as well, as mid 1 making some space for the creeps to catch up.
Watching Lone
Both
is
tier
so
4s
silly.
down.
His heroes in the
Collapse
tribe.
flies back. There's the Laurel initiation with the epicenter. They have the Ravage at the ready,
Oh,
but this is
perfect
just
splitter.
so much damage. Buybacks galore, but Boom doing a great job of creating space. Collapse again has the Ravage, but just can't find an opportunity to use it, as they will call GG, conceding game number 1 to MOUZ.
As the dust settles, Lone Druid almost made it to the Dire base with his hero. Of course, he was just chilling.
In terms of like progressing the game forward, right? Like against a Tide
They
as
have
well.
so much damage over time. Like Sniper, Jakiro, Queen of Pain. It's not going to be an easy TA game by any means. I think we're going game 3.
Yeah, I think so as well, but we'll find out now, and I'll throw you back over to Cinderin and Suns fan.
Game 2, MOUZ versus Spirit, and a bit of controversy, Cinderin. I'm just using that word to make it sound a little bit
Yeah, I
more
was like,
dramatic.
okay.
Huskar picked not as last, so it can be countered. What do they have up their sleeves? Not a rhetorical question.
Yeah, so historically speaking, this is a lane that's really good for Sniper. I think it's better for Huskar now than it has been, but I still expect Laurel to do well, of course. But I don't think Huskar necessarily gets destroyed. I think he still gets an okay amount, but just doesn't win, which already is a big part of doing well against the hero, is not getting run over in lane. But it doesn't mean Huskar isn't playable, and I do think the hero has some merit here against other things. Cauterize is really good this game. Against Jakiro and against Queen of Pain, there's going to be a lot of debuffs on you that you can remove and then get a lot of heal. So if mid one has an okay-ish game, I actually think Huskar can have decent impact later down the line. Now, comes down to the lane going properly, so we'll see if he can perform according to at least my expectations, which is a minor loss. But my bigger concern is the top lane, like they talked about. I think Slardar Clockwork into Jakiro Quap sounds awful. That is a really hard lane. You're going to have to just pull the waves. You're going to have to try to get by with losing something like, I don't know, 65-35 is probably a good result in that lane. It might get even worse. Bottom lane, though, for MOUZ is fine. Phoenix plus TA into Tide Tusk should be quite good. Double meld there from Ghost. Nice little poke.
That's cute.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how this Huskar ends up faring, because you're right. It feels like this is picked to win a lane dramatically, and if it doesn't, it just loses. They do force out a sniper, which it does feel like can be countered. The panel kind of talked about it. They have a lot of backline jumping type of heroes. You could even add Huskar as one of those, because blink into life break with the Ags. It's a way to taunt. You got the blink from Slaughter. You have hookshot, of course, and the dive from Phoenix.
Actually, I think...
Oh,
hang on.
okay, all right.
Should be fine.
Is fine.
Yeah, there's going to be moments of opportunity when Fire Spirits are on cooldown. Whenever they're ready, you can't do anything. Because Tusk, this is such a bad matchup for that hero. You're playing off tag team, you're just losing all your attack speed and you can't hit. So this should be a good lane for Ghost. But at the same time, they also can't fully shut down Collapse. And what Spirit have already accomplished down here is desyncing the lane. They're going to get this nice pull through with double range creep and 4 melee. If this one completes, they can wipe out the next wave and then stabilize in a spot close to the tower, which would be very good. And yeah, this lane is just terrible. So far, so good in mid for Huskar. 7-1, 8-1 against 5 and 4. Seems pretty even.
Yeah.
In that department. But yeah, top lane is just... Slardar is getting bodied over it. It's really, really rough.
Yeah, Laurel now with 2 levels of headshot. Wonder if he's gonna... Do you take aim at all in this matchup?
Maybe you can get 1 point just for some sort of value for the guaranteed headshots if it comes to a man fight, but I think you'd probably just go 3-4 or 2-3-0-1, I guess. Let's see though. The good news for Huskar in this matchup is Shrapnel does very little to you. When you're low enough already, the magic resist from Berserker's Blood and the regen just rather ignores the spell. Have you seen Yatoro co-op before? I feel like I've seen maybe 1 game, but it's not something they go for a lot, which might have, you know, obviously when MOUZ picked their Huskar, they were probably assuming co-op would be mid, and that's a really good matchup for the co-op, and that's why they flex it here. But obviously that kind of thing comes at a cost, where when you do that, you put Yatoro on this hero that is maybe a little bit less up their like archetypical game-winning style hero for him.
Yeah, this was definitely going to be a Laurel hero. And then with the Huskar pick, kind of, I mean, that's one benefit, I suppose, is picking in that order. You force Spirit's hand to do something about it, and like, okay, well, I mean, then again, can he not play Sniper? I've only seen it mid, but can he not play it as a safe lane? I feel like that should be fine, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but then they wouldn't have picked it, right?
No, I just meant in general. Sorry, I didn't mean for this game specifically.
Yeah, you can play Sniper safe lane, but it's a bit awkward. I think the hero...
What makes it awkward?
Oh, hang on. Huskar in trouble. Fairy Fire.
Yep, Root with a nice ice shards, and the last right click from Laurel is successful. The dive. There's enough dot damage to kill off Root. As Kaori will live through the day, and he'll be the recipient of this solo XP that mid one would desperately want. So advantage Laurel in the mid lane, not a huge surprise. TP, successful though for Boom. But now he has to walk back.
I'm looking at the last hit chart, and I kind of can't believe that Jakiro's support has 21 CS.
Wait, what?
At 4 minutes. Like, how is this possible? Has he killed like 4 pulls? Like, what? It's the same CS as Collapse. Like, how's this happening?
What the heck?
I'm trying to imagine. Even if every pull is successful and you get every last hit, it's kind of close to this. So he must have taken some lane CS on Panto as well. But Yatoro has 30. Maybe he just got literally every pull for free.
That is so...
It looks like he's a core.
It
when you
looks
look
like a bug in the UI. That is insane. Wow.
It's pretty funny.
Very cool.
Is under attack.
Of course, that's a great start for Panto. pretty rich.
See if he can capitalize on it. Ward will give some vision here.
Are fortified.
And obviously another kill onto mid one would be very nice for Spirit. They're going to find 2 supports, though, in the way.
Both teams are
One in
very
the
cognizant
jungle.
about this. Obviously, the Queen of Pain can easily be left alone in this top matchup. Even in the 1v2, she'd be fine. So that means the supports are freed up. And Jakiro loves to do this. Just go there with 2 points in Liquid Fire and start going to work with the siege creep.
Yeah, aggroing a bit of the tower in order to give that siege creep a little bit more time, but
In turn, MOUZ expect this move, and therefore Huskar isn't even present. So he is just going to jungle, and the 2 supports will take care of business. And then that leaves Ghost versus Collapse in the most nothing burger of a lane, tied against TA. Gives you everything if they're on the same team.
Runes, but Laurel picks up the haste, gets an easy kill off the back of that.
Oh, he might just use it too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for mid one. Assassination is enough. Double kill for Laurel. And mid one's game has just become very hard.
Yeah, just did not expect him to run down there with the haste rune.
I mean, this
but
is a
blindly
3K
just
lead.
took the guess.
3K lead at 6.5 minutes is quite large.
Yeah.
MOUZ thought they had a bit of a switch up.
Oh, they better get their wisdom or they're in trouble. Boom is level 4 against 6 on WAP.
Yep, Yatoro, he gets bashed. He's going to stand his ground, though, because why not? He's got the Sonic Wave. We'll be going for that Wisdom Shrine. Meanwhile, a little fight with the supports is occurring. Rue will die off, but Yatoro does get the Shrine of Wisdom. So 2 kills traded for the Shrine.
That was probably better than I was expecting that to go for MOUZ. When I saw Co-op walk high ground and Shadow Strike the Slardar, I think maybe you could have chased down and even got something more, but it was a good rotation from the supports of MOUZ to at least get the kill experience. Now, they're still going to be kind of XP starved. In particular, the Slardar is still very far behind the curve. I say that Clockwork's not even level 4. Tough times coming up here. That is... that's one perspective for the pig.
God, I'm just a child.
Yep.
Forever, apparently. I'll be an 80-year-old laughing at this. God, that's good. Good old Dotes.
Well,
Always
good
finding a
new
way.
Dotes, I guess.
What's that?
Good new Dotes.
Yes.
That's a very new thing.
Yeah, pigs.
We're putting pigs and very... I was going to say photorealistic dragons. I don't think that's a thing.
That's not, no. It's a different visual style than we've had in Dota, for sure. Bit jarring.
We've also had anime Dragon Knight. We've had a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Bottom lane. Good shards onto TA.
Yep.
I think Ghost will play his way out of this. Maybe. They have Ravage.
They might have to use
Sniper's
it.
here. He's not playing.
Assassination set up with the Ravage. And Anchor Smash to finish the job. Collapse gets credit for that one. And Spirit just rolling their way through this game number 2 so far. I mean, boom. Still level 5 on the Slardar. Kaori level 4. Farm and XP disadvantage for MOUZ.
Oro solos boom.
Well, that's the Sonic Wave for you. Kaori, easy kill. And this is turning into a good old-fashioned stomp.
Yeah, funnily enough, the Sniper versus Huskar lane was indeed quite even for a while.
It was more the ganks that came in.
Exactly. It was the problem. What started this entire snowball is the fact that the supports on Spirit are just free to do whatever they want because the side matchups are so good. Prop against Slardar, you can leave. Tied against TA, you can leave. So, therefore, Rue, as well as Panto, have kind of just run the entire map, doing what they wanted. And I say that as Panto has 0 assists, but just the pressure he exerted on the mid lane, got the tower, forced rotations from the enemy team that they couldn't take, stole the wisdom together with his teammates. It's all it takes to build a really big early lead. And now the problem is, even though Huskar is doing quite okay given his matchup and will have a 9-minute armlet, who is he playing with? There is nobody in the team that's having a good game. Not a single hero. The best one is the TA, but TA doesn't work like that. Like, she's going to have to farm for another probably 10 minutes before she really gets involved in anything. That's where you want those support levels to connect with you and make plays, but Clock's 5 and Phoenix is 4.
Yep, finally
Good
the
luck
armlet
with that.
comes online for mid 1. But just that alone is not going to have the biggest impact. Boom, at the very least, will be able to keep vision on Yatoro for a bit. His Sonic Wave up in a few seconds. He's going for the Dagon.
Yeah.
And of course, that pure damage against mid 1, very valuable with that Berserker's blood. Yatoro. He's going to be spotted. Life break upon him. There's the silence with the inner fire, and it's enough. Big kill for MOUZ. They need more of that.
I wonder if Huskar gets nerfed, which I think might happen. I guess one way to do it would be to break this combo of life break into inner fire. It just seems so powerful the way you can silence while flying in. That maybe that would be enough in a lot of matchups that, you know, Huskar used to not even have a silence, right?
No, it was a disarm.
But
boom, spotted out, locked in shards. Yatoro is gonna come. Wanted to finish it off, but Panto will be there first.
tag team with Jakiro is funny.
That's true, actually. I didn't think about that.
It's quite crazy.
Yeah, those double attacks.
It does work on both hits, right?
I don't see why not.
Dang.
They're both individual attacks. That's why you see so many maelstroms.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What do you think will become more popular next year? Carry Jakiro or carry Silencer? Which one are Valve going to push the most for as a core?
I would, if only because it's been so long, I'd say Silencer. They've already tried with Jakiro. Had a brief moment in Herald pubs.
Yeah, that's good enough.
I think it's kind of cool, though.
Kaori, well, get out.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's quite an interesting set he has. Very purple Phoenix. Actually, Phoenix Sun's colors. Purple and orange. I like that.
Yeah, now you have to play it.
Nah.
Or you're a fake fan.
Well, if it was true to the lore of the Suns, then
It would lose every game?
yes.
Ah, okay.
I was just going to say that, actually.
Damn.
You thought you had a burn, but I was like...
I was like, there is a chance this is your joke, but I'm definitely going for it.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
the lead hasn't grown necessarily. That kill making a pretty big difference onto Yatoro.
Yeah, that helps. It's still
When is
very,
the next,
very much
when is the next power spike from MOUZ? Their perspective.
Slaughter Blink will obviously be a big help. Phoenix just got 6. That was another one. I mean, they've managed to not bleed out while their supports were very under-leveled. So this is kind of okay suddenly.
Radiant are scanning.
I think just 3 or 4 minutes ago, this looked a lot worse than it does now. By all means, Spirit are still in control with this lead, but you're starting to get some utility now that can handle some of the problems that you had. Now you have backline jump against Sniper with Clockwork and Slaughter Blink coming up. TA is starting to get toward the Deso, which will make her able to participate in the game more. And Huskar,
Radiant are scanning.
as you mentioned, the 9-minute armlet is now turning into a Sanj in a moment, so he's also somewhat scaling. I don't know. I kind of have this feeling that MOUZ could pull this one back more so than I did for Spirit in the last game after a couple of the TA deaths. This seems a bit... I mean, it's also earlier, so maybe not a fair comparison.
Yeah.
It's within striking distance. Let's see the 14-minute wisdoms.
Yatoro could just get this kill outright.
If he blink screams and egg goes off, he's in trouble.
Dire's top
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Oh, whoa there. Whoa, whoa. What? Why is it... What? Why is it changing? Okay, I need to investigate these
I
new
have no idea
things that have been
what's
put in
going
the game because I'm so confused. Like the stickers, when you place them on the ground, they show up in chat automatically. Is that how it works?
I don't use this, so I actually don't
God,
even
we are
know
actually...
exactly how
Yeah,
it
this is such a... We're so uninformed with...
I don't know if I've ever used a spray in Dota.
No, I haven't either.
Maybe once or something. But I do think some of them are pretty funny. So it's not that I don't like the concept, I've just never set it up.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about the idea of Valve changing the way that you can get stats, restricting it a bit with like the live games, not being able to watch the pros, and some, you know, what type of impact it has. I was going to lead into this, the other game, but since we have a pause here, might as well talk about it. You know, designing my own game with the old Jenkins. We actually did some research about restricting of stats and its impact on games, because other companies, along with Valve, there's kind of a trend where they have regretted, and they've actually made this public in certain blog posts for certain companies, but they made it public that giving all the information to your user base is actually harmful to the game itself, because people figure the meta out quickly. People aren't exploring as much. You're just looking up, oh, what this guy did, that's what I do. There's no brain involved, right? So
I think
that's why you see this trend across all games where stats are not, like, if Valve could go back and restrict like the general stats more, they probably would. But that cat's been out of the bag for quite a while.
I think in any game, at least for me, from my perspective, a big part of my joy with playing a game is mystery, right?
Yeah.
It's like not knowing what comes next, or that's also why a lot of people love playing games spoiler-free, right? They don't want to know what's in Act 2 before they even play the game, or, you know, that kind of thing. So I could definitely see that. And it's like a trend that's happened across, like you said, different genres. It's also, in my opinion, one of the curses on MMOs is that when new content comes out, a lot of players have play tested it and have like maybe even streamed it or whatnot, and you already kind of know what's coming before it. Like that whole sense of, oh, I wonder what the next boss does, right? Or what's coming next. It's like games have just changed, but I think from my perspective, it's pretty healthy if we start moving a bit in the other direction, where there's less information available for players and more uncertainty. And that also means that you as a player need to accept and expect failure more. I think perhaps that's part of what drove this development, was that people were frustrated with losing, but that's a really big part of playing games, is learning why you're losing and solving problems and figuring out what to do. So that's really cool to hear that that's an overall development. And obviously Valve has done it in Dota with just restricting match data for pros. I think that's...
Well, there's other aspects to it, like with a game like Dota, if you already have this information available and then taking it away feels bad, right? But if you're developing a new game and just never having it available, people aren't going to miss something that was never exist in the first place. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how things have progressed across various games and various genres as we're back into the game. 5K lead for Spirit in this game number 2.
This is when Huskar generally likes to Roche, but it's very dangerous when you have zero information on the map about Spirit's whereabouts. So this might just be a whole smoke-on-smoke exchange where nobody faces off at all.
Great movie, by the way.
Which one, Face Off or Smoke on Smoke?
Face Off.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that one?
I did not. Is it Brad Pitt?
I'm surprised. No.
Okay. Is it,
Surprised
what was his name? The other guy.
Yep, that's him.
That guy with Brad Pitt that had the same last name as someone else from yesterday.
What?
What was it? What was he called?
You are so...
Oh yeah, Edward Norton.
No.
Was it Edward?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm good with names.
That's one thing out of very little.
Do you think Norton Antivirus would have been successful if Cole's Pit Antivirus? Do you think that would have made a splash?
Yeah, it's the Pits. Great slogan. Tier 2 tower taken out by Spirit. Controlling the game at the moment, but like we talked about, they haven't exploded.
Nope. Oh, is this a really big gate rotation here coming out of MOUZ? I don't know if they're going to be successful with this. They're kind of too late. Like, they lost their tower, and now they're backstabbing a creep wave.
Yeah, well,
this is just not a good way to spend their time. They're just getting outmaneuvered on the map entirely. It's a lot of wasted value. They want to use their dagger, but no opportunity. No cigar.
Unfortunate for them. A lot of wasted time. Still trying to set something up. I mean, if this leads to a kill onto Laurel, definitely would be worth. He's not too far away at the moment. The problem is the Tier 1 tower still exists, so that's just blocking off a good portion of the map to be able to maneuver.
It's another great example of the value of having just process of elimination with aggressive wards. A big part of the reason Spirit know this is happening is that they have a deep ward bottom around the Tier 2, and they have a top ward around the river. So they can just like, okay, 5 heroes are missing and they're not there or there. It's not rocket science where they must be going. So they can just outplay and outmaneuver MOUZ entirely on the map. And this has effectively just been like a wasted minute for 4 of MOUZ's heroes, while Spirit have just got the tower and pushed out and farmed.
Yep. And now they're back
Really
to tower
good.
pushing. Tier 2 in the mid lane. See how much damage they can do. Maelstrom next on the list for Laurel has the Hurricane Pike.
Yep. Guess he rushed Pike because of the threat of Clockwork primarily. A lot of the time mid-snipers will go Maelstrom first, but he opted the more defensive and slower farming route.
Initiation starts out. There's the hook shot and the life break on the same target, but the Sonic Wave deletes mid one. Pure damage, very valuable against that hero. 1 for 1, but that's core for support as the Dagon takes out Boom as well. So 2 cores dead for MOUZ. As they continue to bleed, they get back to base. No more casualties, but
Well,
Tier 2 tower.
maybe you want to count the tower as a casualty, then there will be one more.
Tower is under attack.
Can you call a build? Can a building be part of casualties? I don't think so.
I guess not.
If it's a living tower,
Oh yeah, plenty of those.
well, if there was a hero in the game,
Oh yeah, you want to go back to your tower hero, yes.
it's a cool idea.
Thank God you're making your own game
Yeah.
instead of this one. Tower hero.
Yeah. You say
You
this.
say it
and
with such conviction, like you're positive it's a good idea. Like you're
no, I'm saying it's an interesting idea for sure. Yeah.
oh, okay, I'll give you interesting.
Yeah. Every interesting idea can work. It's just about execution on design.
I also think, you know, mixing certain flavors would be interesting, but disgusting.
Yeah. Until you find the right combination,
Yeah.
like peanut butter and jelly, collapse. Oh boy, that's the anchor on top of Ghost, and he is gonna be dead. Another big kill for Spirit. And now MOUZ, these deaths are starting to mount up. As the lead continues to grow for Spirit, it was kind of trickling in their favor for a while, but this is a big couple of kills now.
Yeah, losing Roche is the biggest
And Roche.
part of this. This is so important for the Radiant lineup. You either want this Aegis on Husker or TA, and you're not even going to get it. And lest we forget, in this tournament so far, Slardar, 10 games, 80% win rate. This is not looking like one of them, the wins that is. Especially as he's individually now being hounded by Yatoro.
Yes, he is. Will try to fight his way out of it. Big Sonic Wave, not quite
Glimmer.
enough.
Keep him alive.
Aori with the Glimmer. Going in for the crush, reinitiating onto Yatoro. Where's the follow-up?
Oh,
There's the
that's
silence
good.
from mid one. That is enough. Cost him a Clockwork kill. Yamish, it looks like he went for the Roche play. Good
I
attempt.
Tried to steal it. It was a little bit early. But yeah, the Huskar win rate being really high, or excuse me, the Slardar win rate being really high, I think is primarily based on mid. I think every game of mid Slardar we've cast has been winning. Liquid also ran it yesterday. I think it's... Yeah, every game that Liquid has been in that had Slardar in it, Slardar won, right?
Under attack.
They won 2 games yesterday, and we cast them earlier today, and it won with them, and it won against them, I think. And then they won with it again. No. It's 4 games. Plenty of wins when Liquid's involved. Slardar is the best.
Keep it up, Cinderin.
Thank you.
You're doing
We're
great.
hesitating about my name there. Getting old. It's all good. Time for Tormentor. Spirit.
That's just a mini stroke. We get them at our old age.
Actually lost a little bit of their lead, but now they're going to reclaim that part with a nice injection of 2,000 gold. Rue will get the shard. What level of ice shards does he have? Level 1.
Middle tower is
Yeah,
under
that's hype.
attack.
So not ideal, but it's still... It's a little something.
How would you rate that shard versus Jakiro?
I think I'd rather have Jakiros in this game, but I don't think I would every game. But there's like Liquid Frost, Liquid Fire combo against a hero like TA and Huskar is really good.
Yeah.
But there are certain core matchups where it's not as great. But it's okay. Definitely not going to see him buy it.
Looks like he's dead. Just doesn't know it yet. Dead in the water. Right clicks from Laurel. It's enough. Assassination.
Bonk.
I miss the Sniper Conda days.
Yep, that's very popular take.
I miss Conda. This basically doesn't exist. That game that we cast that had it in, that was a breath of fresh air, I have to say.
Remember the original Conda where you would go like multiple rapiers on Prophet and just cast ult from base?
No.
Because it's point and click target, so you had a global ability that did your attack damage critting.
Oh.
So you could use Wrath of Nature from base and just kill a support.
Yeah, I miss those days.
Or the Spirit Breaker charge with Conda. Just charge them from across the map.
Laurel, you're gonna be able to get that tier 2.
Okay,
Now
Huskar.
BKB. All right.
Next item unlocked. Now the hero works here. He still needs to be careful about Sonic.
Yeah, I think they're gonna wait for Boom to get his BKB. He's a recipe away, basically, at this point.
Yeah, seems like a wise choice.
Ghost. I guess we'll have at least a 4-staff by that point.
Are Spirit gonna let them wait though? They could just start hitting high ground. Nope, never mind.
Radiant's top tower is
Heading over to bottom. Got eyes on none of them yet. Okay, never mind, they do.
Mid one spotted. Oh, they're gonna get the Ravage off.
BKB
It's only on the mid one, but if it's a kill, then it's worth. Sonic Wave going through everything. Mid one staying alive with a BKB, trying to run away, trying to TP away. In fact, he does fall. That was so close.
Not quite.
Dire's middle tower.
So 2 kills in favor of Spirit. Still with the Aegis, another minute and a half.
I actually wonder if mid one missed a timing this game by going Sange. So if you look at the fight that just happened, if this BKB didn't have a Sange in between, he would have had it, let's say, 3 or 4 minutes ago. Maybe they could have taken a fight with a timing of just armlet BKB and just running at them with Slardar Blink and a smoke.
Yeah.
Potentially. And now maybe it feels like it's a bit too late, unfortunately for him. Rue will find Yamage, and oh no,
not gonna hit.
Missed
So
it.
no exit strategy for the Clockwork this time around. Try to give the kill to the assassinating Laurel, but Essence Ring comes in handy.
He's gonna force Egg here.
Yep, Egg is placed, and now the dive continues. Crush completely misses for Boom, but they do get the kill onto Panto. Parry is a trade though, as mid one trying to fight his way out of this, but there's nowhere to go. And Spirit, complete domination.
Is Ghost gonna hit a hero? He's just farming bottom while all his teammates are dying behind the tower. He didn't TP.
He's been pulling an Ame this game, for sure.
It feels like maybe you could have traded a bit there. You look at Tusk's and Tide's HPs. Was that really not worth trying to defend your base for? I mean, maybe his call was, I'm not joining until I have Pike, which is now.
Yep, time to join. Only a range rack's taken, though.
Yeah.
Only mid one's 5th death. No big deal. Boom has 4 to his name. Now Mjolnir online for Laurel. Starting to pack a real punch as Yatoro has the Kaya Sange, Ags, Veil of Discord, and Dagon. He is very farmed.
That's some nice synergy in the amp here between him and Sniper with all the magic damage. Against everything else than Huskar, that is really good. That is a fast AC, my god. 24-minute AC on Tide. That's got to be one of those below average stats that we love to see. That's got to be really fast.
4, 0, and 7.
When does Tide ever buy this as his second item? Essentially, he disassembled Vlad's for it.
Yeah, this is a superior version.
Yeah.
Keeps the Morbid Mask for the important aspect. Yeah, they're strong. Full team smoke now for Spirit, looking to try to finish this game and force a game number 3. Kaori, he is spotted. Dodging a lot, though. Gets the dive off as well. Attempted TP. I think it's successful. Wasting some time for Spirit this time around. But Laurel just going to continue down the mid lane. And we'll be able to poke at this tier 3 very casually from a ridiculous range. Which means MOUZ have to make some sort of initiation play. What do you have up your sleeve? Mid one, Glimmer Cave. Okay, they're going to try to get the stun lock onto Laurel. The 4 stats are there. He almost gets blown up, but now the counter initiation from Collapse with a big Ravage. But mid one, Life Break onto Collapse. Going to trade spells, trade some BKBs. Nobody dies. except for the tower, because that's the someone. And now MOUZ going to gather up and try to go for round number 2.
It was a valiant effort on the jump, but I think you have to combine more than just Clock and Slaughter on the sniper. It's not enough. He has Grenade as well as Pike, and obviously a 4-step from his teammate in Panto. So there needs to maybe be a Huskar in there.
Boy, Rue. Popping that smoke. They did not have vision for him, and now the pain upon Boom and mid 1. Just like that, the fight is over. The fact that that tier 1 mid is still standing, so they have to go this avenue.
Yeah.
Just a killer for MOUZ.
I mean, this is a lane, surely. It's 2 lanes, because technically there's still top to open as well. 30 seconds is a long
The
time.
tower's still alive. Why didn't you correct me?
I didn't feel like it.
You didn't know either.
I did.
That tower.
I thought maybe you were talking about the tier 2, to be honest, that they took 5 minutes earlier. Like, whatever, man.
Just let the old man say whatever he wants.
Yeah, kind of reaching that point now. It's like, yeah, just a Suns fan moment.
Well, they're about to have 5 from MOUZ, but it's looking like 2 lanes.
Yep.
No fortification available. So Spirit able to exit peacefully.
Yeah, they get the tower.
They did get the tower.
And a gem. Now on Collapse, so time to clear out some traps. I feel like TA's hero damage in this game has got to be exceptionally pitiful. I still don't recall Ghost hitting more than like 1 or 2 heroes for 28 minutes. It's been so quiet. 5.4k. Actually more than the Slaughter and the Clock. But yeah.
Yeah, Boom's had a very rough game. That laning stage was a killer.
Yeah. Do you agree with the sentiment that Slaughter is more of a mid laner than an off laner right now? Because
Probably, yeah.
I feel like it's such a big part of the hero to have that river advantage, and you just don't have that in the off lane.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're just missing out on a big part of what makes the hero strong. And if you do place it off lane, I think that can be very good if you know your matchup. But if you're picking Slaughter and you're putting it in a blind off lane matchup, I just don't think it's a recipe for success.
No, I agree.
It's too exploitable.
All right, MOUZ with a likely last-ditch effort. Going to try to contest the
Tuz.
old Roche. A nice hook shot. Big damage from Ghost, but it's dodged thanks to the snowball, and now he's leashed on the high ground. Rue's going to be the first to fall, but a big Sonic Wave. The refraction brushes off a little bit of damage, but Ghost does die in the end. Laurel trying to find the distance. Looks like he's fine, and now MOUZ have to try to exit themselves. But the Ravage coming in from Collapse, hitting basically everybody left on the battlefield for MOUZ. Kaori blocked at the exit. He will be the next to fall. Last remaining member is Yamich. That's going to be the death of him. Ultra kill for Yatoro.
You get some stickers.
Yeah, lots of stickers, emotes, whatever the hell. We're going to go for the Mega Creeps just in case the buyback situation is there, which we can see 3, well, make it 4 now out of the 5 do have theirs intact, but
They're probably communicating how they're going to make this play. You're not giving them megas, then you might as well GG. So if you're going to make this play, you got to buy back now. You're going to know what your plan is for initiating. Okay, now I don't really understand why they're not calling it.
Ghost bringing in the NGX experience of never conceding.
Oh, I thought you meant of getting mega.
That
Good
too.
old.
They never
I mean,
GG.
there is no way this is a better strategic move than buying back 3 heroes and holding the last lane, right? That has to be the superior choice, even if it's also bad. It's the lesser evil. Anyway.
Well, you can let their coach know after this game if you'd like.
For what it's worth, it probably is irrelevant which one you choose, but I think it's good to have the right habits.
Cinder, we can walk over after this game. We actually have access to everything here. Just give a little whisper in their ear.
I think that's a way to get popular with the players. Like, right after a loss, you just go over. You're like, why didn't you guys buy back to defend your bot tower?
I would prefer more, you run up to them after them and ask, why didn't you play better? Just make it more general, you know?
Do you guys also think Slaughter isn't an offlaner right now? He can be. Oh, Yamich.
Goodbye. Roche is up. The Spirit can put the final nail in the coffin if they want.
Ghost is going to take the Tormentor. It's something. It's the first good thing to happen to MOUZ in a long time. They get a shard for good old Huskar.
It's a tasty treat.
A little more heal on that. I really liked your earlier suggestion of going Axe on Huskar, by the way. In my eyes, the ideal build this game for mid one was Armlet into BKB into Axe, and then Blink fourth. Because the problem that they've had the whole game is that whenever Clockwork or Slardar jump someone, they don't have enough follow-through. But with that taunt, you have a guaranteed jump. I guess what dissuaded him from doing it is maybe the Tusk, just being able to save the hero. But I kind of feel like you have to try to take that avenue when you're losing this hard. It's like a glass half empty, glass half full classic discussion of, well, they have a counter, but at the same time, the counter won't always be there. It won't always be ready.
Yeah, at some point you have to force the counter.
Yeah, that too.
So Spirit looking to force this game number 3. Looks like an inevitable. I can't even speak right now, Cinderin.
Oh, missed hook.
Have Ice Path now. What can MOUZ do? Collapse with
This
the
is a
teeth in the water?
really... okay, he just TP'd right in front of them, but snap blink out.
Damage attempting to do something instead will die at the base of the fountain. As Laurel, oh, he's getting bounced left, right, and center. Do they actually have the damage? Doesn't look like it though. Walrus punches up. Egg about to pop. Good amount of Sunray damage, but the Sonic Wave from the sideline. Yatoro looking to take out Ghost one more time in this game, and no way to get back for Ghost. And the Ravage into the fountain. Still no GG's called for whatever reason. Only NGX knows.
Maybe they think the game isn't good.
And the GG's finally come from mid one. As this game will finally end. Not with a Rampage though for Yatoro. An Ultra Kill instead.
But with two Beyond Godlikes side by side there, Quap and Sniper, with getting that credit. Spirit look content. Not overly happy, but that was a solid game from them. The strategy really worked out, and it all...
They certainly tried. Pretty much all their heroes.
All right, then. This game is for all of the marbles. I'll hand you over to two commentators that have slowly been losing theirs, Suns Fan and Cinderin.
Thank you so much. I've never met anybody with such big marbles in my life, but Richard really takes the cake. Here in game number 3 between MOUZ and Team Spirit. Winner of this will continue on the road as the undefeated team in the Swiss format. Loser goes to the 1-1 losers side thingy that we still don't have a name for, Cinderin.
Yeah, winning this game puts you in a really good spot where you know, at the end of the day, you need to get the 3 wins. That's all that matters. And being 2-0 gives you plenty of time to either, you know, cruise through and just be done with it, or get a couple of learning experiences while still making it to the end. We've seen both sides of that in almost every Swiss tournament. I feel like we've covered. There's been a 2-0 team that ends up barely scraping by 3-2, and then sometimes there's an 0-2 team that makes the big comeback. I think the year, was it the heroic win in October last year? I think they didn't even start off the Swiss well. They just went on a tear, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember myself.
I actually think I don't remember correctly. So I take that back for that
thanks, Cinderin.
example. But
Fake news?
being 2-0 is definitely what both of these teams want, without question. As a side benefit is also that, depending on your perspective, I don't know what you think about this, but do you think it's better to play more games or to hide more strats?
I mean, how
Or
many
have to
strats
show
are
it.
people actually hiding?
Okay, hide is the wrong word. I think hide strats is an overrated concept. But you give, I'd say you give...
Less information.
Yes, let's call it that.
Similar to what Valve has done with the I think it depends on the state of your team. If you're a team like Spirit, well, I guess they kind of have some new players occasionally coming in, but yeah, it depends on how confident you are as a lineup. Like if it's Falcons is a great example, not at this tournament, of course. Less games for them, probably.
Okay.
I mean, do you not agree with that? I mean, if it's a newer team, like if you have 2 stand-ins, then probably the more games, the better.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
On average. I mean, sometimes you get off to a really good start and you want to keep that going, but I think it's a case-by-case, Cinderman.
But you're obviously never going to not just try to take the shortest road, because the risk of losing, if you start losing, is never worth playing more games. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta be interesting
Kaori
to see
on
this
the
lane
Bat Rider
matchup.
support here in this bot lane.
Bat 5.
Yeah.
A rather uncommon sight right now, but into the Timbersaw, this is one of that hero's absolute worst matchups in all of the hero's history. This has been one of the counter picks, and it's never really changed. Itemization, you can obviously try to combat it to some extent, but Batrider always comes out on top in that matchup. And it does make it really nice when you can run it as a support and still feel like you have that threat on Timber later in the game. Because think about it, just from, say, a math standpoint, the amount of net worth you need to counter that hero as Bat is so much lower than other cores do. So by running it in a support position, you're getting a lot of value.
I mean, all 5 heroes, you could argue, maybe the panel brought this up, but I wouldn't be caught dead listening to Jenkins, so we took that off to avoid some brain rot. All 5 of these heroes look pretty good against Timber, do they not? In some way or another?
Makes you feel any better, Richard also said it. So.
Oh, perfect. Great minds think alike as Boom getting rocket barrage right now in the top lane. Yamich a little bit slow to the party, but Boom does survive. Kind of an annoying cogs for Yamich, as decent amount to Panto.
To elaborate on something we said last game about Jakiro's last hits, as we found out afterwards, we were both silly enough to not think about cogs as the primary contributor to Jakiro having.
Don't put the blame on me.
CS.
I'm not the analyst. I'm a moron.
You know what? I will gladly take like 90% of the blame if you're on board with that. Yeah, because I feel like I should have known better. I am a Clockwork player myself, and I hate playing against Jakiro because it destroys my cogs. But for whatever reason, it wasn't clicking in my brain that game. But yeah, it changed the matchup dramatically when Jakiro got the double attack, because it used to be such a bad matchup for Jakiro to break out of cogs against battery assault. But now that you double strike, you just get out immediately, and of course you can just farm the cogs in the lane for bonus gold, and yeah, they count as CS. Every ward in the game does, I believe. And yeah, cogs are a ward. You learned something today.
Well, I knew that, actually.
Wow. I have very low expectations.
I know. Well, you could call them a gadget as well. I like that more.
Yeah, that's not really a category we have in Dota.
Maybe that's from Han, actually.
I wouldn't know.
Yep. Panto.
Yamich
is coming from below.
This is awkward. Yeah, he can't really commit to the gyro's way too strong in this situation. So it's just being annoying. If you look at that, Jakiro already has 10 CS. He must have farmed a lot of small camp.
My God, this Jakiro's out of control. I mean, to be fair, he was actually more farmed than any other support by a wide margin. So
yeah, and also, I mean, the cogs are worth about the same amount of gold as a small creep. I think they give about 20.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's quite a
basically the same as killing one of these creeps every time he destroys a cog.
That's just like a money bag.
Yep. Oh, here we go again.
Hoping for some more nature's profit coming our way.
So this mid lane has been going dead even. Lesh against Void Spirit. Void Spirit, the type of hero that will rarely really win mid, but can coast most matchups, even against strong ranged heroes. There's a couple that are really bad, but Leshrac should be just fine. You just keep getting the barrier up with your Resonant Pulse, and you trade farm. You're not threatening Lesh at all. But when you hit level 6, you're really nice to gank for. So potentially could see that.
Through 6 stacks of sticky napalm. They get the bugs off of him. And Kaori will take a decent amount of damage from Collapse as first blood is drawn on Yamich in that top area. So Panto, or sorry, Yamich was being annoying as always, but actually caught off guard. Surprisingly enough, Boom. Homing missiles coming for him as well. Collapse takes a bit of damage in this bot lane, but he should be fine.
Actually TPing out here. This is...
And that's all the way to base too.
It's a really good start for Spirit, getting first blood, winning their top lane handily. The panel talked about that. That lane is just a free win. This is what you set yourself up for when you run double melee offlane into Jakiro. I just don't think there's a single double melee offlane that will do well against that. Maybe something like Darkseer Spirit Breaker perhaps has a chance, but your Clock Pango will never do well in this lane into Gyro.
6-minute rune. It will be for Rue.
Can't say Rue without Rune.
That.
The other way around.
No, that's true.
Oh, Panto. Gonna...
Diabolic Edict. This facet is so insane. Are we seeing the other one at all these days?
Never. Regardless of role, too.
Yeah.
Even the few instances of 4 Lesh that we see, you still take Misanthropy, so you can run down the 5 in lane.
Part of me,
So-
I mean, I think this is a really cool facet. I just hope that they don't make it part of the base hero, because Diabolic Edict on towers is also cool.
Yeah, I missed that part of the hero, if I'm honest. I think that made Lesh more interesting as a hero because it was really something that set him apart from the rest of the hero
I don't
roster.
disagree. I think this one is the same though. As Astral Step, Yatoro making a very early TP rotation.
Great play call.
Big kill on mid one.
Yeah. That's not the hero you're expecting to rotate there, but
definitely not.
anybody joining Void Spirit will be able to kill Lesh at this point in time, and Gyro was the one available,
Your
so
anger is useless.
not a play they thought was coming their way. Collapse again on the receiving end. I mean, this lane is really nasty for Timbersaw. We'll survive this time though, and Kaori,
TP
well,
support. Astral Step from Laurel. Kaori is certainly dead. Rue gets credit for that one. Ghost gets away safely though.
I think this is going to be a pretty difficult Weaver game. Like, you picked it into Bane, which is already, the Fiend script threat is one thing, but the last pick Void Spirit will go Ags. The double silence is very, very good this game. Weaver, Pango,
Yeah,
Lesh.
historically speaking, on Weaver, if you have to go BKB and Lincolns, that is pretty feels bad.
Yeah, you have to pick your poison here. You cannot afford to buy both items. I think you're just not going to deal
I
enough
think it has to
damage.
be BKB, and then Grip is the main concern then.
Yeah, then you need Pango or Clock, whatever, to cover your bases.
I mean,
when
you do have a lot of jump. I mean, Blink Dagger eventually, even though it's a 5 bat, we'll have to get it, right?
Yeah.
Blink Dagger is going to be on Lesh. Pango has the roll, and a Blink Dagger eventually. You got hook shots, so you do have cover.
Anna was talking about potential Mage Slayer on Laurel. He has nothing in Quick Buy right now, but I am curious about that idea. I just think if you go Vessel, I don't know if you also get Mage Slayer if that's a bit too much.
Oh boy, that actually is just way too easy. One Nightmare sets up everything. Ice Path, another great tool, as Boom and company still want to fight apparently, and you can see why. Mid one just shreds through Panto and Rue, so both supports dead for Spirit. But again, it is at the cost of Ghosts before that engagement overall. But at least for MOUZ, they get something out of it.
Right,
Now
trying
Laurel
to
with
get
an
more
Invis.
here. Mid one is already in bottom, but Kaori is dead immediately.
Oh yeah. Very, very dead indeed. Collapse. Gone on by Ghost for the time being. Has the defusal, so the mana burn doing quite a bit. Lightning Storm, he pops the Soul Ring to get the Timber Chained. Cannot get to the high ground though. Oh my god, he doesn't do it again. That is death for you, Mr. Collapse. Mid one gets credit for that from above. Not very often you see double mistake from Collapse. Mid one.
Oh,
It's
that's
nightmared up. Rue's not level 6 yet, but it sets up the Aether Remnant from Laurel.
this makes Collapse's death a lot more palatable.
Indeed.
I think that's shutting down the Lesh. Considering how much work mid one got done in the first game, they're happy to slow him down at every turn. Time for the rune. It will be top, but damage. Time to go back to the fountain.
This is a real feels bad when you try to steal a rune,
Yeah.
die for it, and the rune wasn't even there to begin. Roll from Boom. Yatoro going in circles to avoid it. Nicely done. We'll eventually get oh, okay. He's got the moves today. Boom. Does have the Swash at his disposal. Ghost. Okay, he's going to be seeing. There's the Nightmare. Swashbuckler, though, and the double shield crash. A lot of damage. And Taro still staying alive. Meanwhile, Kaori, finally the time-lapse comes out, saving the Weaver, but it's going to be at the cost of 2 members of MOUZ. And Yatoro, which was the prized possession, still up and running.
Spirit are doing a really good job rotating heroes correctly here. Ghost's gonna lose that trade to a Jakiro. He's level 6, just like the Jakiro is, and even by burning the mana, you still have to deal with the stick charges plus...
Do you get XP for Cogs?
I don't think they give XP. If they do, it's very little. I don't remember that, actually.
Nightmare into the Aether Remnant again. Rue has Grip. This is going to drain mana as well, remember.
Yeah.
And with Collapse coming through, this will be a kill onto mid one again. And Ghost gets killed by Panto. What?
And Panto gets killed by Ghost.
How does that even happen?
Underestimated the damage probably.
I guess so. I mean, we just saw him get harassed down to very little HP. I'm surprised he stuck around.
I think it's
That's a
easy to
disaster for
underestimate
MOUZ.
Liquid Fire when it's the skill getting maxed first. The attack speed's low and the overall damage is really high. Panto now 114 build. He's got more experience than Weaver. It's a crazy start for the Jakiro.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Spirit in a very comfortable position, especially the biggest part of the net worth lead is just Yatoro is miles ahead.
Yeah.
And that is where you want to be on that gyro. Stacks, not too many. There is a double stack of Ancients for him. But there hasn't really been time to stack. Like, they've been moving their supports around constantly, finding good engagements instead.
Is he not going Ags very fast at all? It's Manta style after the Dragonlance. Is that surprising to you at all?
Yeah, that is a bit surprising.
Manta style for what exactly?
Yeah.
I mean, takes off the slow shield crash.
Helps you against Lash, but
Yeah, shares the damage. Missing.
maybe he
something.
just wants it against, like, it's added value because of Bat.
He'll swarm easier.
Yeah, deals with Swarm, Clock Cogs. I mean, there's a lot of little things that might just compound and make it worth it, but it is definitely not the standard approach.
Yeah, we have a fight brewing. Rue trying to stay alive with the brain sap. It's not enough though. Boom, again, pursuing Yatoro. Finally, we get the first stun, but there's no follow-up whatsoever.
Oh my god, he died
Instead,
again
Team
on
Spirit
Weaver.
shows up in numbers. They kill off Ghost, Kaori as well.
Did he not have mana for ult? He did. He just didn't time-lapse. He didn't even die in a stun. Guess he just underestimated how much damage he was taking.
That's costly.
It's really costly. The Weaver pick in this game, we've already talked about potential pitfalls later against specific itemization.
That's
He
even
is not
considering if
staying
he
ahead
had a
of the
good
curve.
game to begin with. Which
Yeah,
not.
exactly. So you're not even going to have those... You're not going to meet the breakpoints that you want here. Anto's dead. Hello.
Yeah, that'll be a nice little snack for MOUZ, but
Instant TP out from mid one.
see how this build works out for you, Toro.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I can't help but feel like I'm missing something,
We definitely are.
but it's not
Because
inherently
even for killing
obvious.
Swarm and Cogs, Ags kind of does that anyway. And plus, it's just gonna... It's just a better version. for
I think
those-
Side Gunner can't attack wards.
Oh, okay.
Can it? I don't think so.
You might be right, actually. Nightmare setup.
That's
Rue.
that threat of Bane. Is there any follow-up? It's on the way.
Collapse is close. The Fiend's Grip. This is all the time in the world, and that is death number 4 for
This
Ghost.
is Ghost's worst game of the tournament for sure. He is just in struggle mode. 4 deaths in 14 minutes doesn't sound all that awful, but it is the carry, and it is on Weaver. We are now over 50 CS behind the gyro. Nice read
Shot.
from Yatoro, but I'm not sure he's going to play his way out of this one.
Yeah, split earth there, mid one. We'll be able to snag that kill. So it ends up being a 1-for-1, which favors MOUZ at this point because Ghost is worth about the same amount as a support with all the deaths that he's racked up. And boom. Trying to set something up onto Panto. A nice ice path with the macro pyre to follow. Kaori is dead. As Panto will be taken out by Boom in turn. The 3 dead for Spirit across the board, but again, Ghost, it just feels like it's collateral damage. Laurel is ticking out to mid one, who is now out of mana. Collapse. He's going to be out of mana pretty soon, as well as Boom with that Diffusal Blade going to town. We'll continue on. We'll have the Shield Crash and Swashbuckle combo soon. Not needed, though. Mid one there to connect again.
So that was a 5 for 3 in total, considering the Weaver kill that we started off with. He was part of the secondary fight, but died again. Maybe 5 for 4. It was hard to keep the overview there, but all in all, that must be really good for MOUZ. They got some big kills. They ended a streak. Actually, they ended
Find
2
one on
streak.
Pango now. But Boom. I mean, this Bane, Mr. Rue, has destroyed this game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Slacks, Mr. Rue. R.I.P.
There are a couple of really good matchups for the Bane. We've talked about the Weaver, but obviously Pango too. Right? They had ample reason to pick this hero. It's one of the best solutions to Rolling Thunder in the entire game. It's also quite decent against Bat, who, speaking of, has just picked up a dagger. So that's that 5-bat dagger you were talking about. 17 minutes with 5 deaths is honestly a pretty good timing from Kaori. See if they can put it to good use. I guess the dream kill to find here is likely just going to be the Void Spirit. But he is not at all in the neighborhood for now. But maybe he'll run in that direction. They're lucky. Well, he's hiding down bottom, sensing that this is going on. Quite dangerous cut-through play here. Kaori will find it.
Lasso initiation into all the magic damage from mid 1 with the hook shot just in case. Nicely done. The more I'm thinking about this Manta, it just has to be the Diabolic Edict. Like we mentioned already, that to see. But then, I mean, you're getting BKB though at some point as well. So I don't know.
It doesn't block Edict.
Wait, isn't it magic?
It's pure.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That is a big kill onto Laurel from Boom, but anytime there's something good going the way of MOUZ, Ghost dies. Seems to be the way of this game number 3. No way to avoid it. 1 and 6 on Weaver. Panto, found by Boom. Rue gets off the Nightmare as Panto will steal the rune in mid 1. Can't pursue any further. Blinked into the ice path, so any counter initiation put to an end. Kaori, rocket barrage upon him. There's the Manta. Kaori's dead. Kaya on mid 1 along with a blink. We'll be going for the full Kaya Yasha.
Yeah, same as game 1. Oh, very quick reaction there on the blink. That was almost inhuman how he got away from Laurel there. He got jumped. He would have probably died.
These boys have very quick fingers.
Quite important. I don't know if that was a reaction.
Hook shot into nothing.
Oh. He would have been fine though. Didn't have enough chain stuns anyway. Wait, what is this from Laurel? He bought the Ogre Axe, and now he's queuing up Shard. Now he's queuing up Ags again. He probably misclicked. He probably wrote Ags in his shop search and clicked on the Shard instead of the Scepter.
Yeah, makes
sense. I genuinely think that's what happened. I'm familiar with that problem.
Are you surprised by no Mage Slayer?
Not really.
No?
That's what I was saying. I think if you go Vessel, you don't also go Mage Slayer. I think you go one of the two, and then you go Ags. Because otherwise, you're missing the timing for Ags where the enemy heroes don't have BKB yet. Gonna get lassoed down bot into Split Earth, into... Oh, they didn't quite get him.
Yeah, but the Tormentor will go the way of Team Spirit. Panto gets credit for that Shard.
That's pretty much the dream scenario. You get 4-man gank on your Void Spirit, he lives, and you get the Torm. That couldn't have gone any better. A slight misstep there from MOUZ. They could have definitely taken that kill with a little bit better spellcasting, but that's the one thing I will say that is significantly harder with the extended armature cogs, is to get the knockback when you want it on a chain stun. Because it feels like sometimes you just pull them in but they don't get knocked back. And they actually needed that chain stun there on the Lesh follow-up on the Split Earth. But yeah, as I was saying with Laurel, by not going Mage Slayer, this Ags is going to be completed before the Lesh BKB comes in. It's going to be completed before the Weaver BKB comes in. So it will find a lot more use.
Toro. He's going to get hook shot damage. He is now getting gone on by Laurel and Yatoro, so death will come. Trying to get to the neutrals. Good attempt, but not to be. Ghost does not die this time. Instead, they clean up Rue. So 1 for 1. And what is Ghost working on right now? So he has Maelstrom, Diffusal, will be the full Mjolnir before going for the defensive BKB. Lasso initiation onto Yatoro. This would be a huge kill, and they'll be able to get it quite easily. In fact, the question is how much will it cost them? Quite a bit, it seems. 2 dead, and now Ghost gets Yules up into the timber chain. Down he goes, and this is going to be a buyback for mid one. They have to get something out of this, as mid one will have to blink to the right side, and well, Collapse is getting a bit low, but Boom getting lower as Yamich will join the party, so it turns into a 3 versus 1. So mid one's buyback ends up netting them a single kill onto Collapse.
Yeah, can't say that's worth it, really. This is pretty expensive for Lesh to throw that out there. It's going to delay his BKB a lot, and as we've already established, there's going to be a sweet spot coming up now for Laurel. He's completed now. Now he's queued up the shard, so it seems like he still wants it. Rotating Remnant. This is one of the more creative shards in the game, I would say.
Which one?
The rotating Aether Remnant.
Oh.
You have the shard. It's pretty interesting. And I've seen some, in some pub games, I've seen some people play 4 Void Spirit with the other facet and then going shard, and just placing this insane amount of Aether Remnants. Because you place Remnants when you jump into Dissimulate, and then you place the Remnant that rotates with your shard, and all of a sudden you can kind of create this zone of a fight that's hard to access. Wonder if we're going to see that at some point in the games we cast. That would be fun.
That would be fun. That sounds kind of cool.
Probably new tech, but
if we haven't seen it too much, then it probably needs another little touch-up.
Maybe. I mean, obviously, part of the price you pay is that you're playing support Void Spirit, which doesn't lane very well. But doesn't lane significantly worse than, say, a 4 Nyx, for example. It's not probably comparable.
Ghost trying to catch up on the farm, still a bit down there, but making his way up slowly. Shard, I mean, he has a lot of items queued up. Surely the shard comes before some of this. That's one of the best shards in the game, easily. We'll see how he itemizes. Of course, the BKB is just so crucial, so you just might have to wait. As smoke. Lasso initiation, but the disarm comes out.
That's a very good
Boom
nightmare.
with the rolling thunder onto 2 heroes. Kaori is the first to fall, and now the grip onto the Pango in that rolling thunder. Gets the swashbuckle up. It actually kills off Rue. So more damage coming out, but it will cost him his life eventually. And meanwhile, Collapse taking out mid one. 4 dead for MOUZ. And now Ghost left to his own devices will live through the day.
That's a dieback on mid one. He's gone for so long.
A delayed dieback, yeah.
This could be Roche, because, like, what are they going to do about it without their Pango and Lesh? Absolutely nothing. And another big win here for the side of Spirit. What a beautifully played fight from Rue that was. He got the Nightmare to combo break. You're going to see this here. Look at this initiation. So the lasso, this Pango roll is not going to chain stun, so Laurel gets off his spells with the Nightmare and then gets a full duration grip onto the Pango, who, sure, does punish him afterwards and gets the trade-off, but compromises his position enough that there's going to be an ice path and a kill anyway. That fight was all Rue, as far as I'm concerned. That was beautiful stuff. I love Nightmare saves. It's always been one of my favorite things to see in games. Because it's such a high-skill play that requires such a good understanding and timing. It's always satisfying. You pull it off like this. And this wasn't even that he was Nightmare dodging a spell that he saw casting. He was premeditatively expecting the Pango chain stun on the lasso. So it was just out of fog protection. Really nice. 6k lead for Spirit.
Yep, with the Aegis intact, 4 minutes. How much damage can I do with this?
Oh, hello.
Yep, goodbye.
Yeah. Well, he can blink.
He's dead. Surely.
Sure about that?
Yes.
You were right. 0.1 second. You knew. Well, he's still not dead, though.
He will die.
Okay.
Mid one kills off Panto in the meantime.
You knew.
Oh,
You knew.
That's a big silence, though. The Aghanim Scepter being shown in full force for Laurel. Boom. That's the problem with Pango, is even if you get the shard, you still need to be able to cast it.
Yep.
And you don't really want to buy items to deal with it, but Lotus Orb or BKB kind of the only choices. 100% accuracy for Yamich. You know, he looks like, I don't know why I'm actually going to bring this up because you don't know movies, but he looks like an actor.
I knew you were going to say an actor.
He looks exactly, I don't know the guy's name though. Actually, I'm going to look it up right now. The movie he was definitely in is This Is the End. It's a comedy, Cinderin.
Okay.
I'm going to look that up right now.
I think it's Edward Norton.
No. His name is Jay Baruchel. I don't know how to say his actual last name.
Okay. Oh, no.
Hook shot misses Yamich. Oh, boy.
You
no
cursed
longer
him.
100%.
He started thinking about movies.
Production cursed him. This is the end for Yamich. For
Hey. Damn,
Jay
what a prophecy.
Baruchel, Barat.
Oh, that name actually sounds familiar to me now that you say it.
If I show you his picture, you might recognize him. Well, you can just look at Yamich.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
6
yeah.
out of 7 now.
I feel like I've seen this guy before in Dota.
Very likable character, though, in all his movies, which I can only name one.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of one, mid one in the triangle, we'll be able to finish the BKB here.
Finally. This got delayed a couple minutes from those deaths and the buyback. He needs this item badly to play against Void Spirit, and of course the tons of magic and pure damage coming out from Jakiro and Timber to help him.
Yep, well, very shortly, the BKB will also be there for Ghost. So this is a pretty big power spike for MOUZ. Just need to wait out the Aegis, and I can probably try taking a fight of some sort. A lot will hinge on Kaori's ability to initiate, but the Nightmare and to start things out. Still the BKB available, of course, is Root being taken out first by Kaori. Laurel pursuing the Bat Rider, but they'll find some distance. Should be okay. Mid one at half HP. Collapse. Continuing on. And Ghost has figured it out. Only 1 minute left on the Aegis. So a lot of time wasted here from MOUZ. Nicely done.
Yeah, are they gonna get anything meaningful with this time though? So, Buck close to Ags, Bat working on Ags. I don't know if I love that from Kaori. Like, how likely are you to find double lassos here versus having, say, the utility of a BKB or a Lotus Orb like we talked about against Bane and all this silence? Well, you're not getting either if you're getting caught. Might escape this. Let's see. Quite healthy.
Follow that fiery trail. Collapse. Can't close the distance. Instead, he might be in a bit of peril, although he's going to get aggressive. Gets off the Yules to start things out. Has that Aghanim Scepter. Wants to go to the boom room. Actually getting bounced left and right by Yamich as Ghost is nearby. We'll avoid the explosion, though, as you can see the Clockwork just getting exploded by Collapse. And now they have to stun lock onto the Weaver. Down goes Ghost again. And boom, in that Rolling Thunder, has to try to roll away. Will do so. But that, I mean, that's a full BKB that is just not able to be used for Ghost.
Yeah. Panto's been on point with Ice Pass this game. He's got really good spell casting. Makes such a huge difference to find that one angle. Otherwise, you had traded Clock for Bane, but if Weaver can fight there with BKB and you get a lasso, like, who knows how that's all going to end up. Oh, is Collapse going to run this one down? Might try to. He is on the hunt. Mid one's out of there.
This is a long chase.
Yeah, that's not.
And while this is happening, Daedalus officially completed for Yotaro. So he's packing a punch. This is still without an Aghanim Scepter, by the way, which he is not queuing up still.
Yeah.
That's so crazy to me. Is there something I don't know?
I feel like even a late Ags now is still
Ags
quite
is never
good,
bad. It's
but
never bad. It scales. It's
oh,
the lasso collapse, pops the
he survives.
BKB, and now the Aghanim Scepter is going to be put to use against Yamich. Do they have a TP cancellation? Yes. Yamich dead, and this sets up the Tormentor for Spirit again. So they're getting pretty much everything they want here. And Rue with the AoE Brain Sap. Always a nice thing to have. Only level 2, though.
It's kind of crazy that you take 4 counter picks to Timber, and he still seems like the... not necessarily the biggest problem of the game, but he's up there.
Yeah.
Like, You just get this BKB on and Axe on him, and he can go into 5 heroes and not die. And so even if you buy a Yule's on Bat to remove the reactive armor, well, he can cover himself with the BKB and keep it running.
Kiori working on an Aghanim Scepter, halfway there actually, so trying to go for the double lasso plays, which can be game-breaking. But it's a big if, because sometimes it just doesn't do anything.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, realistically, what double lasso does he find? Maybe some gyro plus a support if they're a little bit close, or... I feel like Timber is always just going to YOLO in alone, and then Void Spirit's going to be jumping all over the place. It's definitely not an obvious game for it. Oh, he's might even be cooked, and it doesn't matter. Nope. He's surviving.
Oh my!
In another universe.
Wow.
That was close.
First by Cinder again.
Happy to help.
My goodness.
Another find. Clockwork.
Damage gets the hook shot off. Tries to buy himself some time as the Rolling Thunder actually bouncing on the outskirts of the cogs. Panto looks to be dead. First to fall in this engagement.
This time the Ice Path missed, so Clock does make it out of there.
Collapse getting in very deep mid one, still relatively healthy. Pops the BKB, but definitely didn't need it. That is a costly mistake for him now. He was definitely in the clear. 10k lead for Spirit.
This area is not safe for them yet. Spirit have this nice ward off to the left, covering the access point to the triangle, so if anybody walks up to farm there, they could just smoke their way across and get a quick kill, or they could keep camping the area, but now they're going to go back to their own side, prepare for the Roche, knowing that MOUZ might try to pull a move here with the 5v4 situation. But after they've established that the area is clear, just chill around their outpost, bring back the Jakiro, and then maybe go for a smoke of their own. They have resources to fight, that's for sure, and they know BKB is on cooldown for mid one for another 40 seconds. So this will be a sweet spot to jump that guy. No real save for the side of MOUZ. Here it is, so... Can they find any sort of initiation up to the high ground for Laurel? He's going to break out Kiori immediately.
Blinks out in time.
Lateral damage,
now
maybe.
onto Pango, the double silence into the Aether Remnant. No follow-up, though. Panto a little bit too far behind.
Maybe Rue was going to blink and go for a grip there in Fog, but I guess Fog being unaccounted for dissuaded him. He's just playing very defensively and just waiting for Pango, it feels like. Just wants to get the full grip on him.
Oh, mid one.
Hello. Immediate blink cancel with the Enfeeble.
Yeah, but the lasso is successful, and the Bane gets forced after the other side, does die. Collapse, trying to get some retribution. Kiori, first to die on the side of MOUZ. Now the stun lock, at least potential onto Collapse, the BKB from Ghost, so he has the time lapse now. He does. Trying to Shikuchi away, back to half HP again, though. Do they have the vision? Aether Remnant does hit and finally activates as the BKB ends. So 2 dead for MOUZ. This should set up a Roche for Team Spirit. They get the Ice Path. TP cancel again. Make it 3 dead. Make it 4 dead. Leave this one for Yatoro. Triple kill for him. Into the pit. Spirit goes now with firm control of this game.
Always fun to watch Gyro with the innate, the chop shop. There's been some theory crafting about which ways you can disassemble for max value. Of course, this is kind of a variant of what we see Dooms do with the Devil's Bargain, where you buy an item, use it for a bit, sell it back at 85% value, I think it is nowadays, and obviously that's what makes Midas so good on that hero, but on Gyro you can just disassemble every item, except just like, what is it, Rapier and Midas, and you sell recipes for full value. So you can make on-the-fly adjustments. And this will be a butterfly adjustment. I'll go on to him. Aegis. This was Roche number 2, right? Was this Roche number 1?
Uh,
Oh, it's number 2. He just took the banner himself. Okay, I was looking at Panto first,
Radiant's
but
middle tower is under attack.
probably want to pass that flag on to somebody else. Don't see him placing it himself.
production has a real pig fetish, it seems.
Yeah, it's cute.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We love Poogie. Gonna need a new emote for that. Poogies.
Yamich with the Aghanim Scepter, which feels like it's just for Rocket Barrage, or Rocket Flare, rather.
Yeah, whenever you play support clock, you don't really utilize the other value of overclocking. It's so rare that it matters that you get a little bit of extra radius on your hook and a little bit more
Which is
text, a lot
sad,
more
because I feel like you can make it a lot cooler.
I mean, this was clearly introduced to try to make clock a core.
Ooh, trying to go for the initiation, but Laurel gets the better of them. Doesn't have any more astral stats, but Kaori taking heavy damage, and there's a Fiend's Grin. On to mid 1.
Kaori's dead too.
Big
His
death.
missile is going to eventually reach him, I think. Unless, can he blink and make it out?
Oh, whoa!
That was very close. That would have been a kill with the damage from just the Whirling Death, I think. Didn't need any follow-up spells, but narrowly made it out. Bonk. The lead keeps growing for Spirit, though. Not too much positive to write home about for MOUZ. It feels like this entire game, MOUZ has not won a trade. Is that true?
It's probably not true, but
Almost
it's mostly
every
true.
fight,
Yeah.
Spirit always trades something
Well, this is
away.
a good trade. Roof for nobody.
Something. Yep. So finally, getting something out of this Observer Ward that Kaori had placed. That's not going to last, honestly. With the gem on Laurel, we'll clear up this area quickly, and they're still going to go high ground with Lesh dead and with the banner and with Aegis. Yatoro is a monster level 25 as well. That's the Flak Cannon cooldown.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's such a simple talent for a base spell, but on a hero like it's such a good talent.
Yeah.
To get lower cooldown on the Flak. Forcing him in a bit.
Toro kind of in a weird spot. Pops the BKB, forces the time lapse at a ghost. This is a trade of double BKB now. Of course, Toro with that second life, though, will stand his ground. I mean, there's 2 minutes left, so you don't have to use it here, but you're gonna force it.
Mid one. Oh no,
Toro
that's
does
no
drop,
good.
but mid 1 in a lot of trouble. Puts himself in a horrible spot.
Ooh.
90 seconds dead now, and that's a 5 versus 4 for Spirit.
That could
be able to
have
get the
been really
barracks.
good if he pre-BKB'd on the blink in, but now he might have to use a buyback for this.
Well, he does have buyback now. Didn't have it initially.
Yeah, I just got the gold or the cooldown. I'm not sure which one it was. It must have been the gold, but Spirit. Do they fancy their chances of going for a second lane? No Aegis this time. But yeah, they're definitely gonna at least try to force out the BKB. Or excuse me, the buyback out of Lesh.
And there's the
There it is.
lasso. Laurel trying to lead the way. That's a lot of damage to collapse. So successful defense here from MOUZ, but it does cost them the buyback, of course. For mid 1. Big hook shot, though, but no follow-up onto Yatoro. Just pops the flat cannon and destroys Clockwork. Unfortunate for him as Laurel pops the wand, gets to the high ground. They take out Boom easily. Have that vision advantage as well as mid 1 gets off the Hex, gets off the Split Earth, gets the damage onto Yatoro. Big kill for MOUZ. Looks like that's all they're gonna get.
Yeah, and the problem here for MOUZ is you're getting no collateral at all. Like, you get these long death timers, but you have nowhere to go. There's no Roche, there's no Torm, there's tier 2 towers that you're probably gonna need 40 seconds to even reach. So it's nice and all to get these kills, but the buybacks are equally expensive, if not more, than the reward for the kills on Gyro and Timber. So it didn't really help you much. And it leaves you exceptionally vulnerable now to just getting either... Well, if Lesh gets picked off, the game's probably over. If Pango gets picked off, perhaps you can still defend with some clutch plays, but yeah, there's basically no margin for error now on the MOUZ side.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Laurel closing in on level 25. It's another excellent talent here basically always see the Astral Step crit, I do believe. I feel like the route has been pretty rare.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, on the other side, mid one is 25. Went for the Diabolic Edict explosions. And Boom about to hit 25,
Top tower has fallen.
which
Yep.
would assume the Rolling Thunder cooldown is what he takes.
That's the one thing they got from the buybacks was the XP. But this kill
Mid one.
could just be a game ender.
Yeah, that's going to be a dieback. No chance at all. That's a full 2 minutes.
2 minutes,
as
5v4.
Yatoro comes back up, and they can just go down a lane. Yamich in the meantime.
It's getting burnt to a crisp by the flamethrower.
That is
okay.
quite a bit of damage, and Yatoro comes in to delete Ghost, so this game might have just ended. They do have 2 buybacks there, but like you said, it's still going to be a 5 versus 4 as more items being disassembled, it seems.
Shopping it up. Doing a trade-up contract.
Still not doing
Courtesy of
Agate
Valve
Scepter,
software.
of course.
Aerocopter superpower unaffected by the CS2 market crash.
It's a nice thing to have, for sure. So
This-
top lane is going to be taken out for
Gonna
sure.
have to buy back everybody here that you can and do your best. I guess Clock can hold his and then just YOLO in and then buy back for a second life, but how on earth do you kill Yatoro without your Lash? He has Satanic, 4k HP.
First tier 4 taken out, and this has to be the last stand for MOUZ in this game 3. Now it's going to be a fully exposed Ancient. Backdoor protection does kick in, but just as the tower dies. So a soft reset for Spirit.
It's unfortunately not even enough for MOUZ to kill this next. As long as one of these 2 waves reaches the base, they can still go Throne. 40 seconds. I guess your one concern is getting lassoed into Fountain, but bar that, as long as Gyro hits the Throne from as far away as possible to the top right, there's no way Kiori can reach there.
Yeah,
Surprised to see him be this timid about it,
yeah, I agree.
but
20 seconds for mid 1.
kind of giving mid one almost a chance to come back to life here. They're gonna let it go. Okay.
I guess so. I mean, maybe they want to wait for the Mega Creeps to actually enter the base, but yeah, I feel like they could have forced the fight there for sure. But if it's an extended fight and mid 1 comes back, then maybe they can try and turn it. I don't know.
Potentially. And I don't think this was a mistake. It was just surprising that they didn't go for the killing
It's
blow.
more discipline than we're used to seeing.
It doesn't get harder by doing it this way. Let's put it like that. Heading down to bot. Roche can spawn in 5 seconds. That's obviously statistically
know what?
highly unlikely.
I think the timer in the bottom left actually shows now. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does after it reaches.
So that's a new thing because that was gone for a while.
But until the theoretical spawn shows up, we don't know when it spawns.
Right. That we never did.
No, but I mean, why not though?
Oh.
Is there a point to not letting us know in advance?
I mean, if there's a smaller tournament with just Dota TV, 6-minute delay, I don't know.
yeah,
Does that mess with it?
That maybe you're right.
I didn't realize they
suppose
fixed it though.
Yeah.
That was for like a full year. They had the ambiguous clock. Right, excellent.
Yeah, I mean,
I
at this
missed
point,
those
why do you have the clock anymore? Now you could just remove the clock in the pit. It doesn't really add anything.
Yeah, Roche doesn't like clocks anyway. That's part of the lore, I believe.
Oh, that shouldn't have
Smoke.
picked him then.
Smoke from MOUZ. Lol.
Hail Mary time. They
Indeed.
cannot give away this Aegis to Yatoro, and they know it.
They need a double lasso.
It's a lot of blue circles under their heroes. This is 4 heroes with Ags. Cutting behind. What's the dream scenario? Lassoing 2 heroes, of which one is Bane, I think, has to be the absolutely perfect thing that can happen.
Doing the full wraparound. Now the creep's starting to enter their base from the top, so
Increasingly obvious.
the game could just end during this fight without them even being in the base itself. They get the lasso. That's a dead Panto to start things
Oh, they
out.
actually
And
have
they
the
get
damage?
Yatoro. Okay. Double buyback, though. Laro's getting extremely low. He's going to get ticked out by Boom. Triple kill for Collapso. That's the one hero they could not focus, and he's going to take advantage of it. But Yatoro coming back with that Shrine, and that's an ultra kill for Collapse, and that should be the end of the game. Mid 1 trying his best to delay Ancient exposed though, double buyback from MOUZ, and now it's a 3 versus 5. Yatoro can just rain free onto the barracks. Yamich can only look on because this is the end for MOUZ in this series. Collapse jumping in. The damage from Yatoro just collateral onto Kaori. Dies inside Fountain. Mid one with one last ditch effort. Has the Aghanim Scepter. Doing a decent amount of work, but it's just too much damage from Spirit as they will take this 2-1.
That was not at all the way I imagined that final fight would pan out. They kill Jakiro.